Hi guys, this video is all about frame data in Injustice 2. To showcase this concept, we'll be looking at two of Batman's moves. His back plus triangle move, right here, also known as his back 2, and his down plus circle move, also known as his down 4. Pardon me. So, when you access the move list for a character in the start menu, there are blue boxes on the right side of the screen that showcase your frame data. Over here. Within your frame data box, you can find 6 different sections or portions. You have your startup, your active, your recover, your block advantage, your hit advantage, and your cancel. So first, let's talk about the startup portion, essentially the beginning of a move. The startup portion tells you how many frames occur after you hit a button and before the move can hit your opponent. For instance, this move has 12 startup frames. That means that after you hit back 2, the move isn't able to actually hit the opponent until 12 frames later. So next, we arrive at the active portion, the middle of the move. The active portion tells you how long the move is active after the startup portion ends, basically how long the move is able to hit your opponent. Because this move has 3 active frames, the opponent can only be damaged if they are within the range of the move for those 3 frames. Next, we have the end of the move, represented by the recover portion. This tells you how long you have to wait after throwing out a move before you can move again. Here we see that back 2 has 25 recovery frames, which is kind of long, which means that once the active frames are over, there are 20 frames in which you are unable to act, and this includes blocking and moving your character in any way. This is especially important if you whiff a move. As for those 25 frames, your opponent can hit you for free, and there's nothing you can do about it. So the next 2 portions are about how your move interacts with your opponent, assuming it doesn't whiff. So first, right here, we have block advantage. This tells you who gets to act first if your opponent blocks the move, and how much time that person has to act. So for instance, this move is -12 on block. That means that if your opponent blocks this move, they are able to act 12 frames before you are. Should they be close enough and have a move that's faster than 12 frames, which every character does, they're able to punish you, which means they can hit you and you're unable to block it. Generally speaking, you don't want to throw out moves that are -6 or more on block, as your opponent will be able to punish those moves, sometimes depending on the character choice. Now on the flip side, you have hit advantage. This portion tells you how much time you have to attack your opponent once the recovery of your move ends. So this move is +12 on hit. That means that if you hit the opponent with Batman's back 2, there are 12 frames after the end of your move's recovery, in which your opponent cannot block or act in any way. Some moves have significantly more hit advantage than others, which can lead to different situations, like knockdowns, setups, things like that. And so finally, we reach the cancel portion, the most complicated part of frame data, but it's not too bad. So, say your opponent blocks a move and you want to cancel into a special move. Cancel data tells you if there's a gap between those 2 moves, between your normal and your special move. If there is a gap, your opponent will be able to act, so they could backdash, they could throw out a move that has armor, something of that sort. Now here's how you understand the data. You add the cancel frames, right here, to the block advantage frames, right here, to get your cancel advantage. So in this case, your cancel frames are 22, your block advantage is -12, switches to a sum of 10 frames. This is your cancel advantage. Now let's look at a special move, down 4, over here. Down 4 has 11 frames of startup, right here, yeah. This means that there's a 1 frame gap between your first and your second moves. You can apply the same line of thinking to any combination of normal and special moves. And that's it. That's all you need to know about frame data. I hope this video was informative and helps you avoid some confusion in the moves list.